Hello and welcome back to Adobe Live. This is day 2 of our creative campaign week. If you're just joining us for the first time, we've got something very special planned for you. We have 3 amazing professional designers that are tackling a fictional David Bowie inspired music festival from 3 different angles. So right before this we were live with Christine, who did all of the branding and all of the assets for this music festival and is applying them on posters. If you're interested, you can find all that information and the design brief on the challenge tab. If you just look on the challenge tab above chat on behance.net/live. Now we're live with Claude, who's going to be designing.
What's up, everyone?
The
How's it
mobile
going?
app. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, Claude's going to do an introduction to himself really quickly. But before he does that, I just want to let you know that we do have the challenge going on. Check that out. It's above chat on behance.net/live. And in 30 minutes, we'll be giving away a $30 gift card to moo.com. All you need to do is stay active in chat, stick around with us, say hi, let us know where you're from, let us know if you're a designer, what you're working on, what you like to do. We'd love to just kind of develop personal relationship with you and kind of hear about where you're coming from. So with that, Claude, if you want to go ahead and give everyone an intro and catch them up to speed.
So yeah, my name is Claude Piché. I'm an employee of Adobe. I started 6 months ago on Adobe Spark. Prior to that, I worked a lot in the agency world and recently made a move in-house, and I've been really, really happy with it. You might have seen me on the stream before. It's my 4th time streaming with you guys. I do it because it's always super fun to be there and be there with that awesome team. So yeah.
Claude's a streaming pro.
Yeah, I do. You can follow some of my work on my website, picho.design. So you can see a few different projects I've worked on in the past, both marketing, websites, product, and yeah, different projects on there. I also have a link to some of my photography on the side. I like to do a lot of photography and videography, so you can take a look at that and give me some feedback on it. It's always appreciated.
You should all follow his Instagram. It's
Thank you.
Really good.
Thanks.
Good
yeah,
Instagram stories.
Right there.
Oh yeah, Picho. You did it bigger today. Nice.
Yeah, a little bigger.
That's great.
So also I said that I worked on Spark, so I joined the Spark team. Adobe Spark is still quite a new product from Adobe, but basically it allows you to upload any brand inside of a website, and then where Spark is using all of the brand ingredients and populates designs for you to use and create. So Kristen came up with that awesome brand for the festival. Yesterday I showed that how you upload that brand into Spark. So anyone can design and anyone can produce small social media graphics is a good use case. So you can check out there. I added all of the colors, added all of the custom fonts that Kristen provided, and also you can create multiple templates there, so then all of your social media team can start from and create from, and that way as the designer you focus on doing more branding and more stuff that you really want, and you don't get annoyed by thousands of changes, copy changes, and doing all of like the different language and the different sizes. Spark does it all for you. So that's to give a brief intro about what I do here at Adobe.
We've got Christine and Kathleen over here doing goofy dances. I wish you could see that. And just really quickly, I just want to say hi to everyone that's joining us. We've got Julia in chat. She's been on our German live streams.
Cool.
We also have Tim, our faithful moderator.
What's up, Tim?
Val's in there. We've got Paco, Jan Eric, who I've known for the last 3 years at least. Also Paul Weaver, another person I've known for a long time. We've got Jason, Cindy, Ty Harris, Abu, Christina, 7up Design Studio, William Workman. It's great to see all of you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, let us know where you're from. It's always good to see people from all around the world following us today, so it's always cool to see that.
Yeah, please just let us know where you're from, and from both of us, big virtual hugs to all of you. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you share some designs with us and we can give you some feedback before the end of the stream. Cool. So now that we kind of got that out of the way, let's talk about what you worked on yesterday, maybe a little bit about how you've applied some of Christine's designs, and then what you'll be working on today.
Yeah. So yesterday I showed you guys a little bit more in depth about the research I've put together around this project. So as a reminder, we're doing a Bowie festival, music festival. So I thought that one of the good way to start that project is to draw out an experience map of what is a music festival and really be able to like capture all of the different emotions that someone goes through when they go to a festival. So you see the up and down line and the different emojis that represents the different feelings that people are going through when they're at the festival. So this allows us to see the point of frictions, and then we can, as a UX designers, solve for those point of frictions and make it a better experience for them. So I won't go in too much deep today about the experience map.
I liked yesterday how you had mentioned too, like the high points are also points that you can like reinforce as a UX designer.
Yeah.
So it points out friction, but also like where are people happy and how can we like even elevate that? You know, and give them even better experience. So.
Yeah. And then I worked on the Instagram. I showed that I did a little Instagram survey. This is not like the deepest research you'll ever seen, but sometimes you can do really quick research, and you were able to gather a lot of thoughts from people. As UX designers, we do have good ideas, but it's always good to do your research and ask people around, like what would they see in a app for a music festival.
Because a lot of us have used them, or we have ideas about it.
Exactly.
So why not mine for those ideas?
Yeah, and then you can catch some trends. So 12 people out of 28 mention an interactive map. So on day 3, I'll be designing the interactive map.
Yes.
8 people mention a lineup in the schedule. So I'll also design this today. And then I showed some of the awesome mood board that Kristen put together for this festival that is all Bowie themed. And then...
and we should mention the festival is fictional, but Christine mentioned last night...
It's getting pretty real.
She's like interested in making this happen, so be on the lookout. This might exist in real life at some point in the next couple of years. We don't know.
If there's any music producers or people with a lot of money that believe in that project, we're down to provide assets and do this with you. We have posters already. We have a concept of an app, and then we have some cool motion graphics going on too.
Oh, that's actually a good point. We didn't let people know the schedule today, or I didn't. So just in case you're wondering, today our first stream was with Christine. She's working on the graphic design, some of the collateral for the festival. Claude's working on the mobile app, and then our last stream right after this is hosted by Paul Tranny, and our guest is Caitlin Cadu. Right? Cadu. I'm bad, but I'll do my best.
It's a French-Canadian name.
Yeah. She has an island named after her last name, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
But she's working on motion graphics, so she's going to be creating stage graphics and kind of the motion graphics that would be branded for the Are You Out There music festival. So super cool. Also, this is our daily challenge submissions today. What we're asking you to do is design a David Bowie Tribute Festival poster. All of the information can be found on behance.net/live. It's the best place to watch the show. So if you're watching on YouTube, jump over to Behance, come say hi to us, check out the challenge information. I wanted to actually show everyone really quickly our winner from yesterday, because our winner from yesterday's digital ticket we're going to be using in Claude's design today for the mobile app. So I actually have that pulled up on my computer. And our winner was Heather, and I think I saw Heather in chat today. She was nice enough
Congrats, Heather.
She sent us a Dropbox with like her files and assets so we could like actually play with it. It was very kind of you.
We'll be using this in the app today. We're going to show how this digital ticket could live inside of the app.
Yep. I think we all really loved how you put together some colors. Like you didn't use the full color palette, but you really curated and selected ones that would work well for your designs. You played with the images, you played with the logo, you came up with both print and digital tickets. The layout's nice. I think the weight's nice for the designs.
To me, the ticket is super nice, but I also like the level of effort that was put into the overall presentation. Yeah. So sometimes good work is already good, and then the way to sell it like that, the way she made that super cool layout, for me, makes a difference between just showing the actual work. Yep. So good work on the mock-up.
That's a really good point. And just so you know, if you participate in today's challenge, we'll also show your work on stream tomorrow and celebrate some of the successes that you've had and give you some time to shine. So please feel free to participate in that challenge and share it with us. So that's my spiel. We can go over some of your sketches and start designing. And
so I presented some of the sketches yesterday. For this music festival app, I'll be focusing on a few different sections. We won't build the full app inside of a 3-day schedule, but we'll get to some of the core component of the app. Yesterday, I built that first home page that I'll show in a second. Today, I'll build that second version of the home page. So it's not really two versions, it's just how the app will evolve through time. So we believe that this overall app will be really modular and will present you always the right content at the right time. So before the festival, we'll put a lot of emphasis on the countdown, so that way people are like in a urge to purchase their ticket, and you create that sentiment of like you got to be out there. And then are you out there? Exactly.
Get out there.
So and then right during the festival, then we'll surface you some of the best part of the app, like stuff that you would need, like the schedule, the map, maybe a section around Bowie. Just pay a good tribute to Bowie in general. We were talking a lot of the point of frictions are around like waiting in line is really annoying in festivals. So maybe a way to order food, merch, or even a drink in advance and go just pick it up instead of doing the order portion. So I've seen a lot of those things working pretty well. For example, at Disney, last summer I went with my little nephew and it was like super easy. You mentioned some really cool stuff around the map yesterday too, to see the actual like time, how much time does it, like an ETA.
Right, yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It can be very useful.
So, and then I'll show like the actual ticket. So we're gonna grab the asset that has been provided to us and incorporate it in the app. And then tomorrow I'll focus on the map that I'll show a bit more stuff. I'll show a sneak peek of what's going to be for tomorrow at the end of this show.
Cool.
And then, so yeah, today we're going to focus on the lineup builder and a few more interactions. So this is a slightly different than the usual process. I've seen a lot of designers doing all of the wireframe on day 1, designing on day 2, and then prototyping on day 3. Today we're going to do a lot of different things all at the same time.
Yeah.
My process sometimes is a little chaotic like that, but I believe that once we have the sketches and then Christine established a brand, then it's like applying the brand on the sketches and you're pretty much like designing some UI at this point. So I thought it would move a little faster.
Yeah, and you had mentioned yesterday you're sort of in sandbox mode a little bit, like you're just having fun with it, like you're not staying to all of like the structure and the guides, like you're just kind of creating designs that you like. Maybe if you then really like it, you can go back in and kind of polish it up, but
yeah,
it gives you some room to be flexible and creative with your designs.
Make sure that I'm all like on grid and make sure that all my type is all perfect up. Today we won't go into that level of detail.
Yep.
I am a big fan of Adobe XD to move really fast, so jumping from sketches to design real fast. I found out through my career that XD has always been the best tool for that. You can validate stuff with yourself quickly, with your stakeholders, and then doing a lot of user testing too with some prototypes.
Yep.
So big fan of XD.
Everybody watching too, what's kind of cool is Claude's going to be showing some different parts of like a standard app. Like yesterday we worked on a splash screen. You see those on most apps. So a lot of these techniques and some of the designs could be applied to different types of apps, not just like music festival apps. So you might be able to take some notes and get some tips just for your own personal designs. And if you have any questions while he's designing, please feel free to ask them. We're happy to answer. It looks like we have some opinions right now on whether or not you need to spend a lot of time or not a lot of time on your sketches. And it seems like your sketches you spend a bit of time on, right?
Yeah, what I'll usually do is that I'll first start really scrappy. So they call it Crazy 8, so you can Google that. But it's a really good technique to get a lot of ideas out in a really short amount of time. So the Crazy 8s are basically 8-minute sessions where you need to come up with 8 sketches. And then you do this as a group and everyone presents their ideas. And these are made to be like really lo-fi. You just need to understand the overall concept.
That's cool.
And then from those sketches, you can do some dot voting activities. So you put all of the sketches on a wall, then people go ahead and dot vote. And then that way, you gather
Nice.
everyone's ideas. Everyone has a voice in the process. So it's not, I don't believe that designers only are the one who's designing. There's a big trend around like everyone's a designer. I think everyone can have some really good ideas, and you as the title designer, you need to be able to open your process to everyone and make everyone part of the journey.
That's cool.
So, and then from those sketches, then you just do maybe a little refined sketches, and then you get the concept going, and then you move to XD and go really fast. And then prototype, you might, while you're actually designing, you might like, oh yeah, it looked pretty good on the sketch, but once you're higher fidelity, it might not work, so then you kind of adjust.
Got it. Okay, cool. I think that, yeah, it sounds like, and we kind of talked about this yesterday, like UX design's kind of unique too, because like you have to do that. Like you got to get outside of yourself because you're designing for other people's experiences.
Exactly.
And the thing you don't want to do is design for your own experience.
No.
What do I want? How would I do it? Because you might be an anomaly. You don't know. Like,
Exactly.
Maybe it's something that only works for you. So.
And that's why like research is so important. You got to like step out of your shoes and just like have a lot of empathy for who you're designing for, doing like user interviews, and really gather all the real data and design with your data. So,
which was a lot of some of the legwork that we just showed you.
yeah. So yesterday, just to show really quick that what I did yesterday is that I did the splash screen. So you can see now that there's a timed animation of with a delay of 2 seconds. So when you actually open the app, you can see that, oh, now it's going to load your home page.
Nice.
And then, like we said, we put a lot of emphasis on the countdown, and then also the lineup, right, front, and center. We played with some pretty cool on-drag auto-animate to scroll through the different bands. So you can see how smooth it is. You see that little detail on the text moving slightly after, so it gives a lot of really cool depth effect, and also just some subtle animations that makes a difference between a static design versus just that little 10% that makes a big difference.
And Claude had mentioned yesterday he thinks one of the design trends for 2019 is going to be some more depth in design.
Yeah, just play with some depth. So I'm also curious, what do you guys think in the chat? What would be the design trend in 2019?
Yeah, please let us know. Oh, Yanina's wondering how you accomplished that text effect.
That effect, yeah, I can show really quick. So basically, to do that effect is that, well, first, to make that carousel effect, you got to design your different cards, group them all together, and make sure they're named correctly. And then if you see that on that second card to the right there, so that's the card that's going to come in. And wait, I'm just going to show this a little better. But basically what's happening is that in that card, you can see that I exaggerated the distance from the card. So the actual object is going to come slightly after, and that's how you can trick the effect in auto animate. So like I was talking yesterday, I'm a big fan of auto animate. Repeat grid was my favorite feature of all time, but now auto animate is up there.
Move
for
over,
sure.
repeat grid.
And I encourage people to just play with it, experiment with it. There's also a lot of different tutorials out there that you can learn from, and it's really, really powerful.
We're also going to be doing a XD Daily Creative Challenge.
Yep.
Sometime soon, in the next
Cool.
2 weeks, I think. And some of the challenges will probably require you to use auto animate and learn some of the tools so that when you go to design on your own, you feel equipped to accomplish something like this, or also just to problem solve and think creatively about how you might prototype different types of interactions.
Hey, what's up, Megan? Megan's a good friend of mine.
Nice.
She was a streamer too. She was on in New York with you guys.
I remember Megan. Good to see you, Megan. Thanks for being here. And we've got Andrew in here. He says Parallax got massive a few years ago, so it comes back again. He'd love for better code to do it on web.
Oh, cool.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Neither of us are developers, so I didn't even know that was an issue. But thanks also for joining, Darina. And I think we can go ahead and start designing if you're ready.
Yeah, so I'm going to start by doing the actual artist detail page. So once you tap on one of the cards, what happens? And I'm going to show you some of that auto animate trick.
Nice.
Too. So on that screen, I want to get rid of all of this portion. The lineup, we're going to get rid of that, and also that second card. So we're gonna bring up this design up there, put it in the back so that the status bar is on top, and then we can just resize it so that it's taking the whole screen. And then look at that, just with that we can already see some progress. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to that original screen, add a little like sometimes I do a little trick in XD where I already have a full interaction on that card, that is the swiping portion, but I'm gonna go, I need also a tap. So right now in XD you can't have like multiple interaction on one piece. So I'm adding this
So like on a specific object or something.
yeah,
right?
I'm adding this rectangle, and then I'm gonna put it all transparent, and then like fake it out and use it kind of like a hotspot. So if you then make the interaction on tap, you can do auto animate, and then let's give it a quick try here.
Oh,
Right,
nice.
so
Yep.
you can see already that we're gonna make something pretty cool with that.
And that's kind of what we were talking about, like if you learn and play with the tools, you can problem solve, because you might think, oh, there's a limitation here. I can't create two interactions from this same artboard, but you just did. It's just, you had to think about the problem a little bit and make that invisible hitbox.
Nice. I'm curious, Sky Adams is talking about Mike Montero. I mentioned that he was a good mentor,
Yep.
like a guy I followed a lot. I'm really curious about what you guys think about him. He really changed the way I saw design. I saw design at first as like I'm pushing pixels and I'm making pretty things, but since I saw his first talk, it really changed my way to think about design and really understand the power of design.
Yeah, I think that everything starts with design, right? Like that's where the intention of everything that we use and interact with begins. And if you start with tenets of solid design, you're gonna end up creating things that are what some people consider timeless, or maybe like, you know, that work within a cycle so that they don't really like fade out. I feel like design is so important, especially like I studied sustainability and things like that.
Yeah.
Like if you design products, for instance, to have like an end of life that isn't necessarily in a garbage dump, well, you're solving the problem at the start rather than trying to like pull a bunch of garbage out of the ocean.
100%.
All right.
So I'm just gonna add in that back button as well. So we have the back animation too. Right now we're just gonna fix some stuff inside of the layers. I think they're a little messed up.
And Andrew says he was using the transparent hitbox earlier to select two different words in the same sentence, and that's a super useful tip.
Cool. Hit play.
Yeah, so now you can see that in and out.
Nice.
And then
That's
we're
good.
gonna add even more stuff in there. Let's say we move the text a bit. So it's gonna create that subtle effect. Right, so let's play again. That's why I love XD. Like, you design your prototype and you just test stuff right there. So now you can see the text moves a bit too.
Yep.
Add a bit of
It's
motion and
it's
depth.
so amazing to me how the program can just like like you make a move and then it just interprets.
It makes the
It's like, oh,
it fills the gaps.
yeah,
in
you
between.
want it there? All right, here's a beautiful, smooth
I know.
animation.
And then you can obviously play with the speed a bit, but yeah, just to see, it's really fun. And then I'm gonna add in like information about this band, so maybe add their bio in there. Kristen like pulled out those crazy cool bios.
and I think they are real bands. She was talking about last
nice.
night. Bands and orchestras and people that do covers for Bowie songs. Sky Adams says he definitely has strong opinions and principles, which is inspiring. A little harsh sometimes, but overall a very strong speaker.
He is really harsh. Sometimes I'm like, is that guy really happy? He's just like bashing all the time, but he's really awesome.
Yeah.
You can take it and leave it with him a lot.
I think it's good to approach things with that mindset, because I think no matter who you're listening to or what sort of information you're getting, there's usually some really valuable lessons you can pull from it.
Yeah.
As long as you don't let the things you maybe don't agree with or don't need get in the way. So. Nice.
So I'm just adding this on top, and then you'll see some even cooler stuff we can do with
Is there
Animate.
a rule of thumb that you use, like when you wrote in biography just now, for the size of that?
For the size, well, I'm gonna eyeball it for now, but I use, you gotta be consistent. So I used that type earlier, so this would be my H1 and maybe in my design system. We're not building a full design system today, but yeah, you gotta be really consistent with your typography, because otherwise it's gonna be a pizza. Your design's gonna look like a legit pizza. So
we kind of talked yesterday, maybe like two different types on the same page max, you know, so that people aren't like, oh wait.
Yeah. So one thing you can do in XD in order to help you with that is that you can set up your character style. So you type in, you click on lineup here, and then you hit the little plus button, and it's gonna save your style in there. And then let's say there, I can go ahead and just apply the style.
Nice.
So that way it's going to be all consistent. It's a little big right now, but we're going to leave it like that.
Cool.
And a great thing that's happening too is that this style will now change everywhere. So just to show a quick demo, you'll see the word lineup and also biography. If I change the style in there, if I change the color, you can see that where it's going to be affected everywhere. If I change the size, it's going to affect everywhere too.
That can be a huge time saver.
Yeah. So
And I think
everything is all synced. And
it might be a step that people could skip if they're trying to like work quickly, but then after they've designed a bunch of artboards, think, oh man, I wish I had made that and in my assets panel a character style. Save themselves time later on. And Val, that's a great reminder. We have now 2 minutes until the chat and win. And Faisal, to win, all you need to do is be present with us if you're watching the stream. Go ahead and go over to behance.net/live, log in, and say hi to us. That's all you have to do, and you'll be eligible to win a $30 gift card to moo.com.
Nice.
That'll be.
Are we asking a question or just say hi?
Yeah, we can, if you want. I mean, you know, technically all you need to do is be active, but I think the questions are fun.
What question we should ask?
I don't know, think about it. They asked if people like stars or lightning bolts earlier.
I have a good one. So yesterday we asked what was the trend of 2019.
Yeah.
I want to know if you had to name one app that was your app of 2018. What is it?
Nice.
So
Okay.
name me a cool app that you have on your phone. It can be an iOS app or it can be just a product you use. I'm always curious and I always like to see like super cool app.
Cool.
And I'll tell you mine.
Yeah.
The one I liked. And
I don't know if I have one. I'm
No?
gonna have to think that over. I'm not much of an app guy. Like I don't know. I like them, but I don't think I have like a favorite. Like that's the gold standard. But I'll think about it. Actually, I do have one. I just remembered.
Perfect.
I have one I like. Hi Boyd. Hi Heather. Hi Ahmed. We've got Tony, Paul, Gia, Eric, Sky again with Pokemon Go. That's their favorite.
Oh, wow.
IGTV. Heather says.
Lightroom Mobile
Waze.
is really sick. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Spotify. I like the Waze app a lot, actually. Kevin says all of the apps that don't work on iPhone 4 anymore. I love my iPhone 4. That was my favorite phone I've ever had. I wish I could still use it. Drops, Pandora, Google Keep. We got another vote for Pokemon Go.
I thought this was 2017. I guess people are still using it.
I still use it.
Really?
Yeah. Just every now and then. All right, we got our 5
All right.
So,
big winner.
Get those in. Keep answering the question. Let us know what your favorite app from 2018 is.
Let's go. We want some apps. Let's go.
And we will be right back. And welcome back. This is your chance to win a $30 gift card to moo.com. Go ahead and jump in chat. Let us know what your favorite app from 2018 is, or just say hi to us. They both work. We'll have a name that will be announced right here, probably, ish, right around here. And I don't know, a little bit of time. Until then, we're gonna read your answers. Oh, Capture, I love Capture. The Capture app, have you used that? Adobe Capture?
Yes, it's really cool.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, we have a mention for Spark.
Spark!
Cool.
That's
Thank you, Meredith.
Brownie points.
Some
That's great. Rain, I'm not familiar with the Rain app.
Rain app.
Or Join, I don't know that either. Ooh, let's see. Live streaming app.
Cool.
Oh, William Workman,
Big
man.
winner.
William's with us all the time, and I'm happy to see your name up here. Congratulations.
Congrats.
You have won $30 to Moo.
What was the app you said?
If
We
you're
don't really
here,
know.
let us know what your favorite app is, and also let us know what you're going to get from Moo with your gift card. Capture's dope, Gia says. All right, so what's your favorite?
So, my favorite app of 2018 was Clarity Money. It's an app that connects with your bank account and basically makes you aware of how you spend your money.
Nice.
So I never was a big
check that out.
budget type of person, and I'm still probably not. But the app is really well designed, and also just helps you out save money and just makes you aware. I think when products or apps are strong enough to change perception, like an emotional perception around a problem that you have,
That's strong
it's
design.
really strong design. So I suggest using it. It's pretty cool. Clarity Money. It's a cool app.
I'm going to check that out. Also, William, I didn't say this, but we will be sending you information directly on Behance just shortly with information on how you can claim your gift card. So be on the lookout for that. And I think, I don't know if this is my favorite, but I know one that I was impressed with. And I'll preface this by saying I don't really like the little scooters that everyone drives on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But the Bird app
It's
is
cool.
really good.
Nice.
Like, I downloaded it and I thought, all right, I might as well just try this out because everyone's using Birds. And it was so easy to go from not knowing anything about Bird or how to use them, and I was using a Bird like 30 seconds later.
Nice.
So
It's a really good job of onboarding. And
exactly. Like you download it, you hit a couple buttons, you put in your payment information, and then you're on a scooter.
So what makes you 8 Bird?
Dude, they scare me. Like, you know, I'll be walking on the sidewalk. There's no sound, you know, because they're electric motors, and you'll just be walking, or sometimes like I'll talk with my hands, and I'll kind of like put my hands out, and then whoosh, like someone whooshes by. It stresses me out. And I understand that like driving them on the street's kind of scary too, because cars don't really respect them. So I know why people go on the sidewalk. It just stresses me out. Ashi says, I've seen Birds. They seem so much fun. They are pretty fun.
They are fun.
I've seen people do tricks on them too. It's kind of funny.
You
like
look
on
weird
Instagram and
riding
stuff.
it, but actually, like,
They're fast.
yeah.
Like they go probably 15 miles per hour, I would guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you real quick what we're gonna do here. So we have that first interaction going by swiping the different cards, right? Once you swipe one, then you want to enter in, and now I want to make pop the content on top of it. So one cool way or great way to show, now it's just doing a fade, but one thing we can do is actually putting those two groups on that first screen there,
And
then bring them down and hide them.
nice.
Right?
Nice.
They're still part of the artboard if you're just like 1 pixel down. Even you can put it behind your bottom navigation.
Nice.
So that way you have a pretty cool animation going. It's a little slow. Wait.
Oh, and
I think I messed it up.
yeah, we can change that transition type too, probably. If we want, like if you want it to pop up.
Yeah.
Kathleen has a word of caution for everyone. Please use a helmet if you are on a scooter. She unfortunately had a wipeout in 2018. It wasn't on a Bird, it was on a Razor scooter, like just a non-motorized one, but it was rough.
Oh my
It wasn't
God.
good. So if you're riding those things, or a bicycle for that matter, wear a helmet. You will thank yourself later.
Wait, there's something not working. So.
Oh, Simon or Simone, I don't know exactly how you pronounce your name. A Bird is just literally an electric scooter. It's a scooter with an electric motor. and then you can rent it and drive it for, you know, a couple miles or a mile to get to where you're going. Just costs a couple bucks.
I'm gonna get to this. Wait.
Andrew's calling you out. Says for the text boxes,
calling me out?
you could have just used repeat grid. Hashtag just saying.
I love it, and I'll show that right now if you want. So, that's a good call. Just a sec, I'll delete this one there.
And Paul, you are correct. I have indeed. I used to do like extreme rollerblading. I still do every now and then. And Kathleen hates it when I do it without a helmet. So I know. I need to wear a helmet too. Taking my own advice.
Right, so the repeat grid works where you design a certain component and then you want to repeat this on a page. So you would create, let's say, having a background there, your paragraph style text, and also your headline. You select all of these elements all together, and then if you go up here on the right, you have the repeat grid button. Once you tap on that button, then you can see the different handles. So these handles will allow you to click and drag and then repeat the content horizontally or vertically. So if you click down here on biography, then you can see
Nice.
all of the content there. We're gonna bring this all the way, not all the way down, but we're just gonna bring that main navigation on top. And one other thing I want to show there is that XD now has fixed elements. This really was a big feature for me too. So things like a bottom navigation that you always want to have fixed to a certain part of your screen, you can click on it and then you can see here on the menu, it says fixed position when scrolling. If you hit the check mark here, you play, and then you can see that the bottom menu is always fixed. So that way it gives you a really good idea, or it just like brings a lot more fidelity to your prototype.
And like you did that so quickly.
Yeah,
Just with a couple clicks.
Yeah.
You know? I think what's cool about repeat grid too is you can adjust the padding just by hovering over the space in between.
Like if you want to adjust padding.
It's just a kind of like a click and drag, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you can really like, you can create some cool, like let's say you're building an app and you want like an image gallery.
Yeah.
And instead of doing like copy and pasting a bunch of different rectangles, you can just repeat grid it, or make a calendar. You can just repeat grid. It's pretty cool.
So you can see here, and now I can go ahead. I'll just hide this layer now, and then we can put, what else could we put in there? Like maybe their songs, what they play, and then maybe their schedule, like when are they going to be there.
Yeah, maybe it could be also like, instead of songs, set list, like specific for the festival. So you know, like, this is what they're going to play at the festival.
I like that. Set list.
Paul says the trouble is helmet hair never looks good, does it? You know what? Helmet hair is kind of cool. I think helmet hair is pretty cool. Better safe than sorry.
Sorry. Here.
Hi Beck, thanks for joining us. It's great to see you again, and happy 2019. Happy New Year to everybody watching. This is now our second UI UX stream in Adobe XD of 2019. So we're happy you made it.
Between the two, and then you'll see with time animation. Let's have a little delay, and then this should work. So now, if you swipe between two, what is going on at the top here? I'm breaking everything right now.
It's okay, we'll figure it out.
We'll just fix it, right?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think that's, you know, that's the beauty of the testing it and going into prototype mode and hitting play.
It's fast. You're not like exporting tons of JPEGs, then uploading them elsewhere, then figure, oh, it's not working. You see that something is not working, you can quickly jump back there and fix it like that, right?
That's awesome.
And then you tap.
Boom.
Oh, I see. Go on top.
It's funny, it goes behind and then it comes on top.
Yeah, I know it's in there. So if I bring it all the way to the top and then I bring my bottom navigation on top, should fix. So.
Enrique, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, it worked. Sorry, I
Yeah.
missed it. I'm sure everyone else saw
Wait.
it.
I'll just do the back interaction too. So you can go ahead. I have this little back arrow
Mm-hmm.
at the top, and then auto animate back to that home screen. Swipe,
Mm-hmm.
swipe, swipe, swipe. I love that typeface.
It's so
cool.
nice.
Look at that detail with the O and then the O inside of the C.
Oh yeah.
It's really cool.
Do you know the name of that typeface?
Yes, the typeface is Monte Catini.
Oh, that's one. Yeah, someone asked about that yesterday.
That's really cool.
And I agree, Enrique. XD has improved an insane amount.
Oh my God!
You
Yes.
know, like
I've been since like XD was beta, and then I was using it. I always loved the speed of XD. There was sometimes frustrating part around like it's missing a bit of features, but over time they do a really good job at like listening to their users and really prioritize the right features for the
Right.
users.
Yeah, if you're watching and there's a user voice forum where you can submit a feature request, people can upvote it, and then other individuals from the XD team will actually give feedback on the progress of the different features and updates. We also have a stream every week with Talon called Designing XD. He's the lead designer of XD, and he just does a live stream with us here on behance.net/live, where he talks about new features, and he designs new features and interviews people from the team. So there's a lot of transparency. There's monthly updates, and there's exciting stuff happening all the time. So it's one of my favorite tools, and it's free.
And
You know?
it's so easy. The learning curve
Yeah.
is really, really easy. I always encourage people to. I know how it is to face a new tool, and you're like, oh my God, it seems so hard. I'm giving you guys like a challenge today. Open XD if you never opened it. Start to play around with it. Go watch a few like get started tutorials and build that app idea that you had in mind for years. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised at how quickly you can get it going, and the app itself functions pretty quickly. You know, like you can have, what is it, like 1,000 or 10,000 artboards open at the same time.
Yeah,
and the speed
it's still
basically
fast.
doesn't change.
Yeah.
So it's
Are
easy
we
to use.
able to
Yeah,
do the
we can totally do that.
GoPros? I just want to
Let
quickly
everyone-
show.
Let everyone say hi. Oh, I think 1 second. Hi, everybody. Let me go back to your computer. No, here you go. Your computer. I got the cord tangled over here. I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay.
All right, cool.
So I think if we do it this way, I should be able to see, or here, we'll go this way.
Cool. So basically, I just want to show you guys that I'm personally pretty satisfied with that interaction that I've built in XD. We got some swiping going on here. So you can see that is also working live on your phone. So whatever you're touching on the screen, so if I go back in the design, I move stuff around right now, and you can see that it's instant and it's
So
perfect.
cool.
So whenever I design some mobile apps, I try to like put my phone on a stand there, design on the computer screen, and always make sure that my type sizes are great. My buttons, you can tap them really nicely. So yes, there's best practice out there in terms of sizing for mobile, but it's always great also to feel your interaction with your actual thumb.
Right, and sometimes this is really nice for user testing. You can
Yeah.
give someone your phone and say like, hey,
Try to
navigate to a
execute
biography.
this. Exactly. How would you know more about a certain band?
Yeah.
Well, I might swipe around and then type on it, and then you can see I'm pretty satisfied with that. One thing we're missing, and it's good that we see it there, is that the bottom navigation is not there on that page. And then you can
Oh, nice.
see, then it's not fixed. Let's fix it to the bottom. You see how instant it is? It's crazy.
Magic.
And then you can see that like there's a little detail that it's bugging me. We should have little drop shadow on that bottom navigation.
Almost dropped the GoPro.
So I just wanted to show how cool it is to just like see your design coming alive on your phone.
It's amazing how I've always really enjoyed and been amazed about how instantaneous it is. Like you were showing, just dragging that thing around, and it's right on your screen. It's just really cool for problem solving and doing user testing.
Are we doing is there posters today?
We are, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was just about to give everyone a reminder. They have less than 45 minutes to share their poster designs with us. If you're wondering what the challenge is and you're just joining, what we're asking you to do is take some of the assets and the design brief that Christine created. She created this for actually Claude and herself and Caitlin while they work on their projects this week, but we're also giving it to you as the viewers and giving you the challenge of using those assets to create your own posters for the Are You Out There David Bowie Inspired Music Festival. So you just have to go to the Challenge tab on Behance, click on the assets, look at the design brief, create a poster, share it with us, and then Claude and I will give it some feedback at the end of the stream.
Perfect. So next I feel pretty satisfied. We made some pretty good progress on the before the festival portion of the app. Now we're gonna design, I'm gonna show back my sketch right there. We're gonna design that screen. This is during the festival. So things that are really important for you, the general admission ticket, you gotta have your ticket always handy.
Gotta have it.
You might go into a checkpoint, someone needs to scan your ticket. So this needs to be front and center. The schedule, the map, a Bowie tribute, order some stuff in advance. So we're gonna go ahead and design this portion. We had a ticket coming from the challenge yesterday that is gonna make it inside of the design today, so that's pretty cool. It's nice when people are participating and helping us build the app together.
Yeah, we're super thankful. Heather did a great job, and you'll get to see that live in the app. Also, Ashi, if you shared in the last segment, you're welcome to share it again in ours. Just make sure whatever your final piece of design for your poster is submitted before 2:30 p.m. Pacific time today. That's the deadline for the day. Then we'll do one more review right after that, and then select a winner after the streams are over.
So what I'm showing right now is the ticket that was designed yesterday. I went ahead and cut out the portion all around because we're gonna do some pretty cool effect with transparency and just like make this ticket part of the app. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this ticket with the shadow on it in Photoshop. Save this as a PNG. I'll save it on my desktop for now. Ticket. And then we'll bring it inside of XD there. Try to do some cool stuff with that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this
So
live inside of the app.
And then we'll just resize this down, maybe more.
Almost says wow, in my opinion. That's great.
Wow, in my opinion. Nice.
Wow, in my opinion, too.
Cool, so we have this.
And we'll see you soon, Andrew. Thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully we see you before the stream's over today. Enjoy your dinner.
All right, so what we want to do here is that we have that ticket, and then we have that box there that serves as the container of the ticket. So we want to mask it out inside. So you see that image there, and then you have your shape, and then you're gonna go ahead and mask. I'm a big search kind of guy in XD. I just search everything and then access a feature, and then boom, it's in.
There's also a shortcut mask to shape, I think. I'm pretty sure. Which
probably
can be helpful because that's...
Mask with shape, yeah, so it's Shift Command M, so we'll give it a try. Boom. Voila.
I'm very much a shortcut. If I can learn it and remember it, a shortcut guy. That's what I am. I think they're super useful.
So look what we're gonna do. We're gonna have just this portion of the ticket out there. So if you need a quick scan of the ticket, you'll be able to do it.
Sweet.
And then if you want more info, then we're gonna do auto animate between two screens and see the full ticket.
Cool. That's awesome.
And then, so I'm gonna design that first, and then we're gonna design those actual navigation items to go in different parts of the app. And I'm gonna try to fit in the lineup builder.
The notches out at the top.
Yeah.
Do you want the notches on the bottom, or is that probably just good on the top? What do you think?
I think it's
Because I know it's something
good.
that's built for the larger design. Just wondering.
Yeah, what I need to do is to somehow like cut portions there.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I have the image in. I guess that I could work with the shape.
Oh, right.
And add.
Maybe you.
Let's try it. We'll see. If not,
I know
I'm not sure
it's way more
really,
work than
like-
it needs to be, but
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna
forget
skip that
about
for
it.
now.
I think it looks good. It's just kind of interesting how it worked out like this. Like it
Yeah.
looks like a ticket still.
Yeah.
It's kind of that perforated notch.
So one thing that is bothering me is that the shadow is not showing at the bottom. But whatever, we'll fix that later.
Oh, I see.
So let's say you would want that full ticket after. We're gonna delete this. We're gonna probably delete that. I'm gonna show, whoops. We're gonna show the whole ticket. So we're gonna remove that. We're just gonna show the full ticket.
Nice.
And then we can get back. So one thing I showed yesterday too is to create symbols. So right now I'm using a lot of that back button to whenever you dive somewhere in the app, you can always go back with that back button. So having it in my symbol first, it's really easy for me to always access, and also it makes it consistent everywhere. And also if I change anything about the symbol, it's going to affect all of my screen. So let's say
Right.
I think that like from my usability testing, I saw that, actually people are not seeing the arrow. Maybe I'm going to say, all right, maybe I need to change something. So I'm going to go ahead and test a version where, it's slightly more visible,
Right.
and
Or
then it's
maybe
going to
make it
affect
bigger.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So you can see there that it's also affecting this portion. So designing
That's cool.
all of your Lego blocks and then being super systematic about your approach, and then you should be able to create design fast and learn from it too.
Yep. And Ben says better than I can do in 5 hours. And I just want to encourage you, just keep designing, keep practicing.
practice,
Like
yeah.
once you learn the system and you learn the tools, you can really speed up your process.
Yeah.
With tips like this, with the assets panel, learning shortcuts. Maybe you figure out how to do some really fancy animations. It takes you an hour to figure out the first time or longer.
Yep.
But then once you know how to do it, the next time it takes you a couple minutes. So it's just practice.
Yep. Practice is everything. If you and this is in everything, like sports people, like
Yeah.
hockey players, they practice every day. They're professionals and they
Yeah.
still practice. Everyone needs to keep practicing, and that's the only way.
Yep. There's like really no magic like recipe to become an amazing designer or to really become amazing at anything. It's just hard work and a lot of practice.
Passion is really important too.
Yep. And I think passion is what drives the ability to be consistent with hard work and practice.
All right, so you see, so that in the past XD had only those simple animation with dissolve from a screen to another. Auto animate really makes it magical. So we're gonna, it's actually auto animate, but I don't know what happened.
It might be that because it's masked to that shape, and then you use the shape to animate, but the shape's not there anymore.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Gotta be consistent.
Yep. So maybe if we
And
make the
then-
shape bigger. Yeah, exactly.
And then bring down the ticket.
Yep.
There, all right. Yeah, you got, the big tip there is to always use the same layer and name them. It's making the transition between those two layers.
Right. Because the system internally will have a Oh, it still didn't work. Mohammed, thanks for joining us from Egypt. Jason is joining from sunny Florida. That sounds amazing right now. I'm sure you're having great weather. Tayfun is here. Great job, he says. Thanks for being with us. Let us know if you have any questions. And I should also mention, if you're joining for the first time, like everybody I just mentioned, we're live right now with Claude, who's designing the mobile app for a fictional David Bowie-inspired music festival called Are You Out There? So he's working through some of his designs. He's basing the designs off of some sketches. And right now he's playing with Auto Animate to get some cool features in the prototype mode.
Let's see if this works. Yes,
Yeah.
we got it.
So what was the solution?
It just worked.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I
That's
don't know
cool.
what I did really differently.
Okay.
So I think this is pretty cool. Like we were talking earlier, one of the important thing is to always have access to your ticket. You never know when you're gonna need it to scan somewhere. So I think
love
this is
that.
pretty neat.
Yeah. I just click on it back and forth a bunch of times.
Yeah, we can put timing if we want, but this is pretty cool. So next, I'm gonna do a repeat grid again because I'm gonna do all of my menu items. So you can see I have those 2 elements there. Hit repeat grid, and then
Magic.
oh wow, it fits perfectly too.
The magic.
And then we're gonna go also vertically there. I'm gonna have a few items in there. I think we have schedule for sure. Then we have, I have my sketch there too. The map.
Angelina, awesome question. XD focuses specifically on designing and prototyping. There's some plugins, and it works with like ProtoPie, I think, Protopie, however you say it, and Avo Code, and some other, I guess like they would be for handoff and development. But I don't think you can take your design of a mobile page from XD and then take it into a website like Wix. Like I don't think it really works like that. But what it does is it gives you a sense for the design and the interaction so that when you hand it off to someone that's going to develop a website, they have everything they need. You can even export developer specs right from the app. But it's not as easy as just taking your design and then putting it into an engine that will then create a website. Fanny says the ticket looks amazing.
Cool, yeah, it's nice to gather assets from you guys.
Yeah, I think Heather did a phenomenal job, and I think it looks amazing in this design.
Maybe if you guys do some pretty cool posters, they might be in the app tomorrow. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Maybe it could be like another thing on the scroll.
Yeah.
Like the carousel.
Yeah. Bowie.
We're happy that you're having a good time, Fanny. It's awesome to hear that. And please let us know if you have a question. I believe there's also a request right now, Angelina, for easier developer handoff, or maybe like some basic code to be generated from within XD. It's on User Voice. So if you go to User Voice forum for XD, and you might have the link in chat here very soon, you can actually look for a feature like that and then upvote it and kind of follow the progress of the updates.
I love that. Look, this was on, that title needed to be on 2 lines now. So whatever I'm adjusting, it's all gonna be everywhere. So such a time saver. I remember the days designing mobile apps in Photoshop, and it was such a process. It was a little slower. Photoshop was really never made to be a screen design software. It was always for photography. So that's why I love playing with XD.
Right, and I think you can open PSD files in XD now, which is pretty cool. So if you have some designs, screen designs in Photoshop, and you want to play with them in XD and see what you can do with them, or prototype them in XD, you can do that, which is pretty neat.
Another thing we can do is that we can resize everything. Let's say we want 120. You gotta readjust your padding.
Nice.
And bring everything down. Leave some space there because I'm gonna put in some icons. So what else we want here? I don't know if on the chat you guys can help me. We've been talking about different features that we would like to see in a music festival app. Ready to hear more.
Let us know what you want. I think we talked yesterday, David Bowie facts, which maybe you put in there. Yeah, Bowie.
And then we have this order we thought about the scavenger hunt. That would be pretty cool.
I know. There's so many areas of this application that would take a lot more time to build out, but could be super fun.
Yeah.
Like the AR scavenger hunt.
And that's why you validate that with your users. That's why you do a prototype, and then you can see like what users really want. Are you going to focus an effort on building a full experience of a scavenger hunt, and then suddenly, Bowie fans are not into scavenger hunts? Or you're like, oh shit. Yeah. That's why you come up with tons of ideas, validate them, and then build when it's validated.
And
low cost.
Validating them would be like user testing.
Yeah.
also just like doing surveys, showing, get some people's ideas.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna add in a few icons too in there. So yesterday I was using Smash icons.
Nice.
I pay for this and it actually worked really, really great.
I think there's some icon plugins too for XD now. I don't know the names of them, but I believe there are some. That's pretty cool. There's also an icon website called FontPick that was designed by a guest of ours on the German live streams.
Oh, nice.
He designed the website on the live stream, and now it's a real place to get icons.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, again, if anyone has any ideas for what you might want to see in this grid, like what would be your most like clicked on areas? You want to go to the schedule, want to go to the map, you want to find information about David Bowie. What else do you think that you'd want to see there?
We're going like, we could go fill, like do something like that, right? For the style, it's pretty good. And then we can have a map.
And Derek, we are having a great day. Wishing you the same. And thanks for the well wishes. He says, keep up the awesome work, Gus and Claude. Woo!
Thank you. Thank
With
you. Thanks for the
zeros.
love. It's always great to get your feedback on our work.
Yeah, it's really nice. Thanks for saying hi, Derek.
Which map do we want there?
William, if you create an XD plugin, please let us know. I would love to see what you create. And same for anybody. It's really pretty cool if you create a plugin for XD. You can submit it to be part of the plugins tool, like the gallery inside of the app. And it could be discovered by anybody using XD. I think it just needs to be approved by the team. So if you see a need in the program and you know how to fix it or create a plugin that would do so, you should definitely create it.
So a cool thing that XD offers too, and just with Adobe products in general, the Creative Cloud libraries are really useful. So Christine built out that full brand on her own, and then shared that brand with me. So now for the actual Bowie section, I'm gonna use one of her graphic to put it in there. So we could use I'm a big fan of that bolt,
So
and then
good.
we can like put it in there.
Yeah, it kind of matches the other icons you grabbed, which is cool.
Yeah. So not fully fleshed out right now, but I think it's pretty cool. We
Jason
can apply
says
colors too.
he would like to see a souvenirs section.
Souvenir section
like
is really
merch or
good.
something?
Let's do that.
And Gia says maybe a tip section or festival info.
Festival info is there. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Souvenir and tips. Tips can go in. Yeah, inside of the festival info.
Yep,
What
I
else,
agree.
guys?
Yeah,
We
let
have
us know.
one more spot to put there.
Yeah, we don't need 2 beverage spots. Although maybe we do. I don't know. They're
There
just
will
all
be
say
on the map.
beverage.
Tomorrow I'm going to design a full map experience. So you see that sketch there?
Yeah.
We're going to play with some really cool auto animate. I'm pretty excited about this section of the app.
Claude's pretty stoked.
It's been asked a lot. So at the end of the show, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of the map I designed of the festival in Joshua Tree. This thing is becoming pretty real. With all the description, all the names, we just need a bit of money, and we'll make it
bands,
happen.
Real location, like real branding, real motion graphics,
Yeah.
a real mobile app. Like we're getting there.
Yep.
So let's make this thing. Lindsay, thanks for joining us. It's great to see you again. I think Lindsay won the chat and win yesterday
Oh, nice.
during our stream. So another congrats to you on that. Christoph says, I really love those icons with an I, like EYE.
Cool.
I love them too.
Let's put a burger in there. Oh man, a good burger would be good right now.
I would love one too. Don't talk about food too much. Yesterday, both of our stomachs were growling. Darren says, what about a photos section?
Oh, I
That'd be
like
cool.
that.
Like
I like
anyone
that.
taking photos at the festival?
Yeah, and it's something that we've been talking about too. Like while we got the features,
Yeah.
we mapped them out against the timing of the festival. So some features might be more important before, so some features might be important during. and then some after the festival. I like the after party one.
Yeah, I like that too.
I'll tap that.
And Christopher, I think, is kind of on the same wavelength as me. Like, it's a social feed, so anyone that uses the hashtags,
I like that.
it goes in there, and you can see what people are tweeting and sharing photos on Instagram.
So maybe we say social feed?
Yeah, yeah. Because that opens it up to beyond just photos.
Cool. And then some more icons. We'll get the beverage one. Are we going cocktail or beers? Well, for the icon, maybe beers or cocktails. More fancy. We're fancy people here. I love this tool.
I like it
Look at
too.
that.
That's great.
That's
Look at that
the
fancy straw.
SVG thing. Pretty fast. And then we can change every colors after, because since they're all SVGs, it's really easy to adapt the style too. We're gonna put scavenger hunt. I think there was a cool one there. Yeah, that could be nice.
Oh yeah.
Or that one. No, not that one. That one is cool.
I like that too. Treasure map.
Yeah.
Yep.
This.
Munir, I did see your question. Sorry, I didn't answer it yet. Munir was wondering. He is both a graphic designer and a UI UX designer, and he wants to know whether he should focus on one over the other or continue trying to do both fields.
It's a good question. I think you got to follow what you're personally like. What do you like to do the most? I think once you want to do a job that you enjoy. So I would say, like, if you prefer doing graphic design, there was always be a need for graphic design. I come from a graphic design background. I decided to go in the UX world because I personally thought that it was nice to add a bit of like science and also the research to the overall design process, and this was really fun. And with the rise of technology, I thought personally it was a good choice for my career, and I'm pretty happy about it so far. But you got to follow your heart. You got to follow what you like to do.
Right.
That's the whole point, right?
I think there are some people that they love graphic design and they love UI and UX design and they choose to do both.
Yeah.
And they are able to make a career out of it. So
yeah.
I think it just really depends on your personal skill sets and your interests, like Claude said, and just make sure that you feel like you're like progressing. Like if you want to do both, continue to push yourself in both areas. Yep. But yeah, if you get to a place where you feel like you're kind of stagnant in both, maybe it'd be good to just focus on one for a little bit.
So we're gonna have a souvenir shop there. We're gonna have a little icon that, like, kind of a stand on top there. And a social feed. We'll put maybe photo.
And that's a good point, Heather. They do complement each other.
Yep.
Especially in terms of working and collaborating with teammates.
Yeah.
If you have a solid understanding of different types of design, it makes it way easier.
There was a pretty cool article I shared. I talked to you about it yesterday, but I shared that on my LinkedIn. And then it's this cool article that is what it takes to be a product designer.
Nice.
I just thought the overall approach the author had around this was really cool. He talked about all the different skill set that are in the different job description, and then just went really deep into the research of like what a product designer is and what skill set they should have.
Nice.
So I highly encourage you, if you're really curious about knowing all of the nuances of this profession in general, highly recommend to go read this blog post.
I love it. I actually really like the graphics too, like the hand-drawn graphs
super
and things.
nice.
Like some watercolors.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Info.
And
article.
The article link.
Do you want to I'll Slack it to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll do this real quick. Go to my computer so you can Slack without. We got this.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going back to your computer.
All right.
Pow. That was just a sneak preview of the posters we've received so far. And believe it or not, we actually have 9 to review.
Awesome.
Right now.
Nice.
And I would
what
love
time
to
do
see,
we do this? At 12:30?
Yeah, in a little less than 20 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I gotta speed it up now.
Yep. And Heather, I'll post that link in chat right now.
Grab all of my icons. I'll just unlink that for now.
I do think that's a really useful article.
Select all of the icons.
Ty says, I'm going to look you up on LinkedIn so I can read the article. I would actually just suggest looking up Claude on all social stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. I don't really post a lot of like design related stuff, but sometimes in my stories. I also on Dribbble, I used to be more active there.
Yeah.
But one of my goal in 2019 is to share a bit more about the work I do.
Right. Yeah, I think that especially like for yourself it's valuable, but for other designers to get some insights into your process, it kind of creates this atmosphere of collaboration.
Yep.
That we talked about yesterday is kind of contagious.
Yep.
Like if you're willing to open up your process and invite people into what you're doing and ask for feedback and kind of share and teach, I think that it really helps the community as a whole just progress and learn. And that's a lot of what we're doing right now. I mean, you're designing very transparently in front of everybody on the live stream, just asking while they can ask questions and you're answering them. And I just think that that's just really healthy in general for design.
See that? Wow. Then we have our
Boom.
full. It's obviously not 100% polish. We're moving pretty fast, so there's a lot going on right now, but it gives you a great idea of what we're trying to build right now.
I love it.
So next, I'm gonna build the lineup builder. I might be a little. We don't even have the lineup in there. Oh, we have it there.
But we did have someone mention that too as a suggestion. Maybe there should be a card for the lineup or like the playlist or whatever.
That's a good idea. So we're gonna take off the scavenger hunt. So sorry, but
I think that's okay.
we're saving cost here.
Now we need a new icon. We could leave it for now if you want. I mean, it's up to you. And again, just a reminder, you have 17 minutes to share your challenges with us. What we're asking you to do is use the design assets and the design brief that Christine put together to create a poster for the Are You Out There Music Festival, everything David Bowie inspired, and share it with us. We'll give it a review here at the end of this stream, and if you want to continue working on it or you're not ready to share it yet, you can share it in the next stream with Paul and Caitlin. Just make sure to get it in as soon as possible if you want a review in this stream.
Perfect. So, all right, we're gonna design the lineup there. So we're gonna copy this portion, lineup builder, lineup lineup, or build. We can even do build your experience. I like that.
And what would be kind of fun, like this would be polishing it afterwards, but you could play with some of the copy in different places, so that's like maybe David Bowie lyrics or something, you know, to just
we can do that.
Like add that extra personality and like immerse your users into the experience of the festival.
What would you say for building a lineup? Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. I think I'd have to look up David Bowie like song titles or lyrics and just try and like pick out just maybe a phrase from a song.
Yeah.
If you're like a diehard Bowie fan, then you would see it and think like, oh, I know
it
what that's
relates
from.
with you. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do.
That's kind of a scavenger hunt too in itself. People can find different lyrics in the app.
So we're gonna build that section right now. This portion. So I imagine that we can have a nice layout with photo on the left and then just information about the band on the right. Some sort of way to like favorite any band, and then once you favorite a few bands, you can then see your lineup. You'll see those bands on a schedule.
Cool. And you like know where you need to go at certain times.
Yeah.
And Darren, thanks for joining us. No worries if you're joining late. We are making a music festival mobile app to help participants at a fictional music festival, maybe one day a real music festival, navigate through their experience. So today Claude's working on the lineup. Right now that's what he's working on. He's been playing with some auto animate and some features to prototype, things like the band bios and some more information like that.
So one thing I like about XD is that the copy style feature saves me a lot of time. So For example, here I'm about to draw just a box ear. I actually want the same exact style that I've built previously, so you can go ahead and come back to a certain box, copy, and then paste appearance, and then it's gonna apply the rounded edges
Nice.
in there, so you have this there. So we're gonna leave some space there. Actually gonna bring the size down to 18. Like, one thing that I need to do, set this as a style.
Excuse me. Getting hungry. I don't know if you could hear it, my stomach just growled.
Take it and then
Darren, if you're enjoying the auto animate, you can download XD for free. Just download the starter version. You can use the entire program. All of the features are there, and you can start playing around with auto animate yourself.
Yep.
And if you create something you like, feel free to tweet it at Claude or share
Yep.
with us in chat. We'd love to see what you're creating.
So one thing that I'll do here is that I'll create my first card of the band. So what I have here is two shapes on top of each other. I'm gonna go ahead and, so right now it's all rounded everywhere. I don't know if you can see. So I want to keep the roundness shape on the left side, but I don't necessarily want it on this side. So I can go ahead and change the values there. So you see the different 8s there on the right. So I can go ahead and see, make 0. So now you can see that change the bottom part, and not that good part. That's the good part. So right, I feel pretty good about that. And then I'll need to bring back a style right here. Paul Tranny's in the house.
Paul's looking fierce today. You'll see what we mean later, I'm sure. Paul just arrived. He made his presence known with a shiny red jacket.
A Adobe jacket.
It's very
Adobe red jacket.
Paul, you want to show everyone your jacket?
Oh.
All right, he's feeling shy right now.
Paul, shy?
Yeah. It's uncommon, but it happens every now and then.
Oh, I'll do it.
Sure. I mean, unless you're feeling shy.
This
I'm gonna get in trouble because I think that's Kathleen's and it's way too small for Paul. He's gonna rip it.
Let's see. Right.
Did you have a favorite band name from the lineup that Christine put together?
I like
Come on in here, Paul.
Sticky Zardes is pretty cool.
I think that's my favorite too.
It's looking good.
Fancy red
Yeah,
jacket.
just letting everybody know, yeah. I'll be up with Caitlin here in about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Stay
that's all
tuned.
I got.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I
Paul.
don't know what you're talking about.
You're
That's
cute.
all I got.
All right. So my major fiddler one is
That's what I said. I'm gonna get in trouble. Darren says Adobe jacket in the next chat and win, or we riot. Oh, no. I can't give it away. That's Kathleen's jacket.
I'm moving around a lot now, but what I want to do.
Fanny's gonna get a burger. Very jealous. If you could share it with us, we'd greatly appreciate it. But get back in time for the feedback. We'll be doing that in about 10 minutes.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to fit in that last portion. So go ahead there. Copy. Copy. There. Paste appearance. Alright, so it's in there. It's a little tight, but I think it works. Can maybe have a more detailed link.
Mm-hmm. I think something that's nice about when you're prototyping and auto animate is like I'll tend to copy and paste things a lot. And
Yeah.
when you copy and paste, it makes sure that the file name, like the asset, like the artboard or whatever, is the
Yes, you
same
gotta-
name automatically.
Yeah.
And so it tends to just work a little smoother if you're able to copy and paste artboards. But it's worth mentioning, if you go to auto animate something and you change the name from one artboard to the next, the program's not going to know what you're
Yeah,
referencing.
exactly. So we want to do this, and then any way we could add maybe a something to favorite, something to add it, maybe a little star.
Maybe a lightning bolt that can
Oh, the
turn.
bolt, it's cool, yeah.
It's clear.
Yeah.
It's like outline that
Perfect.
turns yellow.
Let's add this. We're gonna grab it from, and that's what we're applying the brand inside of the UI.
That'd be cool.
So that one maybe. You can see this is synced. It's gonna
Nice.
load. So if Kathleen would change, Kristen, sorry, would change the actual bolt on her side, it would affect on my side. So
Oh,
that way
yeah.
we can collaborate together. Let's say she wants to change it right now. Maybe it's a little, I can tell her, it's like maybe a little high vertically. Can you just rearrange it so we make it more of a square ratio? She could change it and it's going to affect there. So she can,
Cool.
we can collaborate and take decisions together. So, all right.
Darren's wondering if there was a reason why you placed the menu button in the far right of the bottom nav. Is that typically where? I think that's
The
usually
far left. Oh, the menu.
yeah.
Which?
Down to your fixed. Yeah.
Oh, the
far right,
menu
you
there?
have the menu.
I wouldn't say there was a specific reason now.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm not a fan of putting too much interaction or action button at the top, because physically, those phones now these days are so big.
Yeah.
Like really, the actual like motion of like go ahead and like tap your thumb all the way there.
It's like a
a little
two-hand
hard.
move. Yeah.
So at the bottom, it works way nicer. So maybe that's a good reason
Yeah.
for why I put it there.
It's also the closest to where, if you're right-handed, right, it's the closest to where your thumb would
Yeah.
be. And a lot of people will want to click on the menu button to navigate.
All right, so we're gonna unlink that for now, and then we're gonna give it a color. Should it have any grays? She didn't put any grays in there, so we're gonna have a color deactivated. And just like, give it. Okay, so now,
Nice.
so now I have my card. This needs to go inside. Bolt. We're gonna use the repeat grid again.
Darren says, I call the top area the danger zone.
The danger zone. I
Danger
like that.
zone.
First time I hear that.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good term for it.
Right. So now you can see we're gonna put a lot of bands in there since we have a lot of different assets. So maybe we can put those posters, the nice posters you're creating, maybe tomorrow. We're gonna fill it in there.
Cool.
Just to make your work shine on that, on the app.
I think that's a great idea.
So
and maybe we'll put the winner in there. Maybe we can select some others from the gallery that we like too.
cool. So one thing that I want to do here to show, another great thing about repeat grids is that you can drag in a lot of different images inside of a repeat grid, and it's going to automatically populate the content everywhere. So you can see here I have different JPEG files here that I grabbed from the internet, those awesome illustrations that I didn't make, but you know, it's really cool illustrations. I
think we
grabbed
had a
from the
question.
internet.
Yeah, we had a question yesterday where you found them.
I googled David Bowie illustrations and I curated some I think was the nicest.
Cool.
And when you click and drag, you can see that those are now applied everywhere. So I think that this one is changing faces. So one thing that is nice about repeat grid is that when you change the content, it's actually not messing up with the rest of the other files.
You can also, I think,
Ground
you can use a
control.
text file too, can't you? Like if you want to drag and drop text, you can do a text file and then do the
Another
same thing.
that we talked about briefly yesterday is that you could have with the XD plugin around it's the Google Sheet.
Yeah.
So someone could populate the content and play with the content on that Google sheet and then connect the Google Sheet inside of XD. As long as your layers are named the same as the cells, it's going to make the connection and populate your content.
That's awesome.
So goodbye copy changes. Make them do the work for you and just like, all right.
The name of the game is like speed and convenience.
Yep.
And when you get it right, like when you get your system down, it's very smooth. Also, Val says, highway to the danger zone.
Wow, that was great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Very nice, Val.
We should have went karaoke last night.
Well, you know, it's a secret little talent I have. Joy says, repeat grid saves lives. With her hands up.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Praise the repeat grid. Although we were mentioning earlier that repeat grid might be moving over a little bit because of auto
I
animate.
think auto animate.
It still has a place in our hearts, right?
Well, you know, like.
But the wow factor goes to auto animate.
Yeah, we can say that repeat grid is our favorite design feature, and then auto animate is our favorite prototype feature. So
Okay,
that
that's
way
fair. Give them both a gold star.
Yeah.
Gold lightning bolt.
I'm gonna just grab the real content here too for the different bands. So we got ground control. Right.
Oh man, I love all these band names. Very impressed. Everyone says keep karaoke. I can't.
What else can you do?
That's it. That's my one and only. That's my one and only thing I can do. Only talent. All right, I'm gonna refresh these challenge designs. Just a quick reminder, as you can see right there, you have 2 minutes to share your design with us. If you need more time to work and you're not ready to export and share your design with us, that's totally fine. You can share it in the next stream with Paul. But in 2 minutes will be the deadline for this stream, and Claude and I will then give it a nice review and show it on the stream and kind of celebrate your successes and tell you where you might be able to improve it.
Starman. All right, so I have mostly the lineup there. You can see that it's fixed. Let's do something else. We want also everything there to be fixed, so we're gonna group that overall top portion. And then you can see here on the right, fixed position when scrolling. And then you kind of have that little parallax effect.
Nice.
We could like change more stuff, like doing a fade out. Right now it's not possible in XD on scroll to trigger animations, but I imagine that eventually it's gonna happen because they never stop.
Yeah, it's crazy. Every month there's something
They release
new.
every month, yeah. So we got that overall style, and now we want to do the selected state too.
Cool.
So we're gonna go ahead and have a few. We're gonna select a few. So let's say we select the second one. Second one will become yellow. Whoops, we need to break the grid.
Nice.
Group the grid. Make sure that this one will be yellow. And then let's say we select the second one.
Munir made up a Gus Bot karaoke song. Unfortunately, I don't know the melody, so I can't sing it. Otherwise, I would totally sing it for you.
Yellow. And yellow.
They have less than a minute to share their designs with us. Countdown's clicking.
See this
So this is the perfect time for you to export your work.
prototype.
Jump over to the challenge tab on Behance, open up the form, share it with us, and then we'll pull it up on stream and give it a review.
So you can see here, if I scroll down, I'm like, oh, I might want to see ground control. Tap on it, and then you can see that it's lit.
Nice.
And then you can do the back animation too. Just do up. Oh, something is moving
Oh
there.
yeah, I see that.
Let's
change that.
It's fun, like, to think you can get so creative with auto animate. Like, when I see you hit that button, I see in my head, like, maybe a lightning bolt
Change
comes
it.
from the top of the screen and, like, strikes it real quick. It's like, whoop, pow! And then it turns yellow. You know, like, you could technically do cool stuff like that.
Yeah, you could do, let's say,
Just take some time to figure out.
I don't know how we could do that real quick.
I don't know. I think it would need a little experimentation. But, I mean, you're the pro. I just think it's neat to think, you know,
Oh,
like
wait.
you can
I think I have an idea.
problem solve.
So we're gonna do hit, and then
All right, everybody, that's the deadline for the challenge submissions. Please continue to keep working and share again in the next stream. And we'll go ahead and start a review in the next, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. But Claude's gonna try and figure out this lightning bolt situation.
I'm gonna try to do something. Okay, so what you could do is that on tap, it changes, right, to this, and then you can do a time animation, put 0, and then 0. Animation needs to be auto
I see what you're
animate,
doing. This is cool.
and it's gonna shake it, right?
Yep.
Auto animate, and then auto animate. So let's try this real quick. So on tap, it's a little slow.
Yeah, but you can speed that up, right?
I'm just gonna speed it up.
Jan, no, he didn't make the deadline. You might have like 30 seconds if you can get it in, but if you're still working,
real fast.
Paul's gonna, oh wait, oh, he got it in there. All right, I've got all of them loaded up and ready to go for a review whenever you're ready,
I
Claude.
just want to show this last animation.
Cool.
You would scroll down and then you would say, all right.
Dude, yes.
I don't know.
I want to favorite all of them.
Wait a second, I just want to do a little thing. Yeah, it should technically animate directly. Duration 0. Play again. Play from there.
And Kevin, I see your question, and we'll try to get to it. But first, we're gonna focus on the reviews, and then afterwards, if there's time, we'll talk about our secrets to stay focused and productive, how to make 2019 about progress and goals. So we can touch that after the challenges if there's time.
So
That's a great question.
Cool. Let's go ahead. I just liked the way we applied the brand inside of those micro interactions, right? You could have like easily just put a heart, right, or a star,
Right.
but we're applying the brand, and then we're doing a little micro interaction. This is all stuff that get people excited.
Right.
It's really music festival oriented. So whenever you have a chance to surprise your users with those little moments of delights, it's always a big win.
I totally agree. I think to me, that's the difference between an app that I really enjoy using and an app that feels like every other app, right? Because they're just basically taking the skeleton and working with it.
Yeah.
But when people get creative with their copy and with their buttons and their animations, it feels like you kind of want to explore it. You want to see what else you can find.
Exactly. There's a good site. It's called Little Big Details, and it's a good curation of all micro moments of really cool apps, and they describe like all of those details, and it's just a good list.
Nice.
So I'll share it with you. We're gonna switch to your screen too, right?
Yep, we'll switch in a second for the challenge reviews. And then we can share that in chat here in a little bit. All right, so first up, we've got a poster designed by Roman Torres, which is really good. I love the colors on this. Make it big so everyone can see it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the use of the star right in there and apply some blur in there too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is great.
Such a character, Bowie, right? Look at his face. I love the focus on the emotion there.
Yeah, it's nice, and I like how it looks like you used colors from the image.
Yeah.
For the rest of the poster, you probably used the eyedropper or something, and it makes everything feel like it's cohesive. I also like how you're not afraid to leave some white space or empty space. Like you have your text there, and you didn't fill it up with a bunch of numbers and dates. It's just the logo, music festival, and then a cool image.
Makes you want to learn even more.
Yep, I agree. Great job on that,
Good job.
Roman. Next up, we've got one from Roy. This is pretty cool. Like,
That's cool. Yeah.
color system here.
A good photo in the background.
It feels kind of vintage to me too.
Yeah.
A bit.
The angle text is fun too. We've been playing with angles here too as well. I love how he used like curved text to fit inside of the bolt. I think it fits really nice. The only thing I would probably suggest, I would probably suggest to try the logo in white there. The black on red, I'm losing it a bit, so just give it a try. But I love how you placed all the different bands on the different days too. It feels like a music festival. They always use those really nice bold condensed font there. So good job on that. Great research of what's out there for music festivals.
I love the lineup too. It's really nice to see. Like when I think of a music festival poster, they always have the lineup, and it starts with bigger. Like the bigger bands have bigger names, and then they get smaller as it goes. And this really feels real to me.
This is a big politic too, right?
Yeah.
I've designed some music festival posters in the past, and it was like people's agents would call, why am I not up there? I need to be up there, and then it was always changing. And I remember doing those changes a few years ago. I did a music festival branding for an EDM festival.
Nice. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it would feel bad to be like a headliner at a music festival, and then your name's like last really tiny, like with a ... after it or something. Like,
You're truncated.
Man. Yeah, exactly. Or they abbreviate it or something. I think one of my only critiques I saw right away was the blue on the red for Saturday and Sunday.
It's hard, yeah.
It creates a little bit of vibration for my eyes.
Yeah.
It kind of works up here because you did some stuff, and you have the text and type is actually white. But right here, the blue over the red is just a little.
Your contrast on typography is really, really important. There's a lot of tools out there on the web. I know this is a print poster, but there's a lot of tools that you can upload your design, and then they can tell you if you're, they call it WCAG approved.
Nice.
So a lot of people with disabilities are not able to see some UI, so you got to make sure that your contrasts are really good.
Nice. That's actually a great tip, and something that I wasn't even thinking about, like for color blindness and things.
Yep. That's
Ashi
cool too.
Shared
Super vintage.
with us yesterday and again today. I like this shade of orange right here. I think it's nice. It plays well with
a
the
lot.
blue.
Yeah, it plays a lot on the vintage as well.
Yep. I think it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. The image use is nice.
Yeah, I like the halftone effect applied there, just to add even more on the vintage look. You can see there. So good use of the effect.
Yeah, nice job. And
Jason, WCAG, yeah, exactly. That's the...
Nice. We got hashtags down there.
Yeah.
Ticket price. So this would be like a promotional poster or something.
Yeah.
You might see.
I really like the overall, like 20 bands, 2 days, all Bowie. I could see this like being said on the radio, it's something that's pretty catchy overall. So
do your best radio
good work
voice.
on the brand there.
Like, come on down.
20
bands, 2 days. Monster trucks.
So Gus is a karaoke expert and also a big radio voice expert.
Well, Kevin,
that's nice too.
Kevin bringing the heat again. Kevin Schneider is
that's cool.
Always bringing very nice designs.
It's super nice. I love
the eyeball with the rays shooting out, a lightning bolt in the middle of it.
I love the treatment on the typography too that was done around the W to match the branding that that has been done for the festival.
It looks like a lightning bolt too.
A lot of the angle there is really cool. I love that the simplicity of using illustrations. We've seen a lot of posters using really cool photos, but in that one, the use of illustration works really well.
And this feels very Bowie. Like it doesn't. It's not a lot. Like it's not a lot of context here, but you look at it and you think like, oh, this is very David Bowie. And I think you were pretty brave with your colors here. Like it's not easy to put this many colors together and make it look good. And I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it's just measuring all of the intent and make sure that everything fits and collectively looks really like a good harmony and just works really well.
Yeah, great job.
It's sick.
Great job. All right, next up we've got Roy.
Oh, nice. This is the same poster, but on the mock-up.
Nice.
That's cool.
Cool. I think Roy was in chat. saying they shared it twice. I like the mock-up. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
I would see this. I feel like this, for like this festival, the mock-up might be cool if it was like a little less modern. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like
True.
it's a Joshua Tree, it's David Bowie stuff. So like
Yeah.
maybe something that's like outdoors or something might feel kind of cool.
And then you can see the feedback we gave earlier is that maybe trying the logo pure white there, you can see that you're kind of losing it. And by putting this in a fake mock-up, you see it even more that you're kind of losing the logo. So I would just suggest white, but I love the boldness of and the intensity of the red there. It works really great.
Yeah.
Good job.
Great job. Great mock-up, Roy. We got another one from Kevin Schneider.
Oh,
man.
sick, man.
He's working overtime.
I love that.
Dang.
Good
This
use of the
pose.
type.
Power pose.
You're really
Nice.
talented. I love that poster a lot. That's super cool.
I would put this
So
up.
what's it for those in need of a little extra magic? I love that.
That's so cool. Well, that'd be cool. It said, for those in need of a little extra stardust. Might be cool. Or something like that. Like just to tie it in with the theme.
But honestly, I have nothing to say critique-wise on this poster. Just works perfectly.
It's stellar. I love the type changing colors as it passes over the shadow of his pose. I think it's really good.
I love it overall. Like it's a really simple poster and simple composition, but the little details and the sizing of every element on the poster are not fighting against each other. So that's really important. When you put stuff on a poster, you gotta make sure that you're really have a good intent about what you're putting there. If you want to put more emphasis on the text, put it big, but then don't put your logo also big, so then you'll lose everything. So it's all about managing those contrasts.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think Kevin did a good job with hierarchy. It's really good. Cool. So I think Ashi showed, or she shared another one. So this is the second one from her too.
That's cool.
I think, what was the other one? What did
Kind
the
of
other one
the
look like?
pastel, dreamy effect.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, this was her other one.
I prefer the second one, I would say.
Yeah, I think I do too. I think it's really good. I noticed though here that this is a little like offset. I think there's like white still on this side. There's no white on this side.
I don't know if it's...
I don't know if that's intentional
yeah.
or not. But it might be like where it looks like there's kind of like a little bit of an overlap. Like it's a little offset. So that might be intentional or maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's good. All right, Desiree shared this one with us.
That's cool.
We've got a Bowie in the background with some eyeballs. I think it's, well, yeah, go ahead.
Well, you see there, talking about contrast, I would probably, like, to me, I'm looking at two things at the same time. Like, overall, like, no kidding, this poster looks really great aesthetically, but I would try to play with the different element. Like, right now, the enter, the beyond, and the eyes, and the logo are kind of visually fighting against each other. So I would probably bring down the logo maybe by 20 to 40% and insert center, like dead center, and then you'll get a good visual rhythm. You'll see the logo and then explode with those eyes icons.
It's
similar to that,
Kevin,
right?
yeah.
You see the logo and then whoop, you see the rest. So, but aesthetically, good use of color. Typography is fun too, and a good image of Bowie in the background that brings a lot of human emotions.
Yeah, that's great. I like how you have down here, like there's the 2-day pass and the single-day pass. Maybe it's a little bit heavy on the text, because if someone sees a poster, they might not stand there for a couple minutes and read it. So maybe you want to pick out like, the couple lines that you want them to see at first and just leave only that in there. But other than that, I think it's pretty easy on the eyes. I like it.
I think Jason had a comment around dropping one eye. I agree from a design standpoint, but also the overall concept of the two eyes is that Bowie actually had two different eyes, right? He had one colored eyes and one blue and one black all the time. So that's what is playing there from a graphic standpoint.
Right. Apparently I don't have yawns, but we'll see. I think I do.
Cool.
Tom.
What?
Tom is, I believe this is Tom LaRock. He's a DJ in Miami. If you're here, let us know.
That's super
This
cool.
is really good. This illustration's insane. And if you did this, please
Yeah.
let us know, because that's impressive.
Yeah.
I like the
Super
tag
nice.
here. We're all young Americans.
Mhm.
It kind of plays into that Joshua Tree
Mhm.
theme of like, let's go to a music festival.
Yeah.
Um,
There's great white space around the illustration too that let us really digest well the design there. So
Mhm.
good
And
work.
I think you did a good job, like we said in the last one. Maybe there's a little bit too much text, and I think what you pulled out here is just the things that people really need to know, like the date and the location, and then you got the logo down here, and then
Yeah.
kind of your tagline. So
I would probably try, like right now, all of your text is all orange. If there's anything that you would want to bring more attention, try to put it in white. Maybe
good. That's a
just
good
to just like add a little punch and
Mhm.
like direct the people's eyes a bit better. But it's great.
nice. Oh,
Sick.
Tom
Illustration
says
is
vectorized illustration based off a photo from Unsplash.
super nice.
That's really nice. Nice job, Tom.
I'm a huge fan of Unsplash, by the way.
Nice.
I love Unsplash.
Cool. I haven't really used it much because I'm not a designer, but
Unsplash, yeah, it's good.
Ben Sommer,
cool.
I actually love this. It doesn't say anything, but it's fun to look at. Like,
Yeah.
I like your colors here.
I mean-
I like that you made the symbols into a face.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's bold enough. Like, imagine a series of those
Yeah.
posters all printed right next to each other, and you just pick up the curiosity out of people. Like, what is that? And then
Right.
just maybe a week later, you have the same poster, but with the actual name and the location.
Right.
Then it's good marketing. That would be pretty cool.
That's a great idea. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I could actually see this also in your app in like one of the little
Yeah.
things, just
Yeah.
for fun, like a little
Yeah.
Easter egg. So yeah, I think you did a great job, Ben. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Good work.
Heather was our winner from yesterday
That
and
is
brought the heat again today.
sick. That is
Dang.
super cool. Wow.
I'm assuming you did this illustration. It's very good.
Okay, I'm 100% using this in my design tomorrow. I need to
Yeah.
replace the asset in there. It's really
This is
beautiful
good.
work. Again, you could have shared us just the poster, but you went and did the extra effort by providing a super cool mock-up.
Yep.
So that way you pitch it. You got to pitch it, right? You always got to pitch your stuff.
Gotta pitch it. Paco knows about pitching it.
Paco, he knows how to pitch it.
Yeah. Pitch your design. You gotta sell it. And I think you are here. And you did that yesterday and you won the challenge because you gave us something that seemed real and polished and
Yep.
ready for your portfolio, which it shows a lot of effort and a lot of care and attention. So you did a great job with this, and thank you for sharing it with us. All right, next up, we've got Jide Dawodu. Jide Dawodu. I think that's how you say it. I apologize if I didn't get it correct. But this is it. We got a ticket. So
That's
maybe they meant to share this yesterday and they thought.
It's good work.
good
I
work.
love it. The information is super well placed there. I love the big shiny guitar on top. Almost 3D effect there is really, really, really nice. It's really good.
Yeah, great job. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we got a few more, so we're gonna go a little bit faster. We've already given a review to Roman, but it looks like he submitted an updated one with some of the names at the bottom, and didn't give any preference in terms of size, which is cool. But then also kind of overlapped here, lettering into 3 different colors to make it look a little 3D, which I think
Nice.
is neat. But
That's
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
I actually
Good
think I
effect.
like this one better than the first one.
There's more information too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
I think the first one was this one.
Yeah.
So just added in a bit more treatment. So I think you did a great job there, Roman. All right, fannies. Ooh, nice. Again, a mock-up, super cool.
I liked it zoomed out
Oh,
slightly
Bowie.
better. Yeah, you can see a lot of details of the that you put it in
I
there.
love this.
Yeah.
Plus Bowie drag experience for the ages. It kind of gives you like an event to really look forward to.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so good use of
Yeah.
the image there. I love the vintage look as well. It looks like it's cut out of a whole magazine. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
Very, very nice job. I
Cool
love the
mock-up
colors. Yeah. I like the background on the mock-up. It plays well with the color of the
Yeah.
poster. Great job, Fanny. Thank you for sharing your work with us.
Good work.
Ahmed, playing with some bold yellows and orange, like warm colors, overlapped here on the boot.
That's a good comment on the chat. They were mentioning to have T-shirt with the quotes of the Adobe O's, and then we have a winner.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Michael, I remember that quote. Hey, it's not easy when it's
Yeah.
your second language.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
trying his best.
but it's super fun.
We all know what he meant, but it did come out.
It's with good intent. It's a
Yeah.
good joke. Yeah,
I think Christine has never let that one slip down.
that's super nice too.
Yeah.
Beautiful photo.
This was Ahmed's.
Love the white space like all around Bowie there.
Mm-hmm.
Big punch with the red and yellow.
Yep.
You see, yesterday we had a lot of people telling us that we hated on the yellow. Yellow just needs to be used great, and I think there it works really great.
Yep.
It has enough contrast. The letters are bold enough to stand out on the red background. So I think this is a good yellow use.
Yep. I like how the colors play well with his outfit too. I think it's like he kind of fits right into the poster, so it's pretty cool. All right, on to the next. Thank you for sharing, Ahmed. Alexandra Hetherington. I think
I love
we met
you
Alexandra
so.
at Max, and she's here
Nice.
quite often, so thank you for sharing your work with us. Are you
That's
out
cool.
there? Hot tramps.
What's that photo? Is it her own photo? That would be funny.
Honestly, I don't know.
That's cool too.
I don't think this is Alexandra. I've met her.
That's full on using the brand
cool.
pattern that Kristen put together. A lot use of the
here.
texture there too. A fun
Mock-up's
mock-up. The
cool.
mock-up is super like
Yep.
vintage looking, almost pop art style there too.
This looks
So that's
pretty neat.
really cool.
The lettering here, the typeface you used.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll move on to the next one. Thanks for sharing. You did an amazing job, Alexandra. And I think last but not least,
That's cool.
showy
Another good
that
use.
you, Loey, Bowie.
Another good use of yellow. I love yellow when it like black and yellow. It works
yeah.
really great there.
I love this.
It's sick. That photo is super
This
nice.
is
too.
trademark Jan Eric right here. He does not share anything without having a cat reference.
Oh, really?
Or- yeah,
That's
this is
cool.
this is his thing. And I
Good
love
work.
everything about this poster.
That's
And then
super nice.
underneath, like this, meowie.
Good touch. It's a good signature too. Super nice.
Yeah, and I like how you made the logo down here smaller, so your eye really is drawn to here. And then you, at least this is what I looked at the text first, then I looked at Bowie, and then I realized that the logo is down here. So it moves your eye nicely.
Super nice. Good work.
Awesome, I think that's our last one. So yeah, thanks everyone for sharing. Keep designing. You can share again in the next stream with Caitlin and Paul. They'll give you some more reviews, and then we'll select a winner at the end of the day. Claude's going to pull some of these designs tomorrow into his mobile app design.
Yep.
So we can jump back into the design. Maybe you can
Do a little wrap up.
Yeah, like just kind of go over what you worked on today, and then give them an indication of what you're going to be working on tomorrow.
Cool. So yeah, today I finished up some details on the home screen animation. There you can swipe between the different cards. And then I did the actual card detail. So when you tap on a card, you can see the menu pop in there. On scroll, you can see that the bottom menu is fixed. Of course, I'll update the content and make this, finished it up. I didn't want to spend too much time on detail. I just wanted to share even more, cover a lot of breadth before depth.
Right.
And then the back animation works as well. And then we spent some time working on, so the homepage would change before the festival and now during the festival. We asked you guys what was really good, what would you need in your app. So we got a lot of good ideas from the chat there. And then we have the ticket that was created yesterday, the winner of the ticket, always accessible in there. So if you tap on the ticket, you access your full ticket from there, in and out.
Designed by Heather yesterday during the challenge.
And then we have I'm just going to add that final interaction real quick. But we have also the build your lineup started there. If you tap on build your lineup, you can see all of the lineup. Maybe what's missing there is to filter by different days, day 1 and day 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I could add that. And then on scroll, you can see that the background stays fixed in there, so that the cards are kind of passing over the background, which is cool. and then once you tap on the lightning bolt, you can
Magic.
see a really poor effect for now, but we're gonna improve that. But basically, the goal would be that like the bolt shakes, and then maybe we have a little label text that says like followed or added to your lineup.
Like
so that would be the
pop-up or an
yes.
overlay or something.
Exactly, and I want to show a quick sneak peek of what we're gonna be building tomorrow. So we have that map that we need to design there. So you can see that we're gonna make an interactive map. We're gonna make cards moving and try to do an effect with auto animate that on drag it's just gonna move the map in the background. And just to show you a quick sneak peek, I have the map actually designed there. So the festival is in Joshua Tree, so you can see that
Let's go.
people, the main entrance would come here, then people could park there. A lot of people mentioned that you need to be really clear of where the bathrooms are, so we have those in there. And then you have the different stages, so you can see that. Again, this festival is gonna happen. It's gonna be real.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Super stoked.
Thank you everybody for being with us today. Thank you, Claude.
Thanks a lot.
For
Thank
sharing your
you.
designs with us. Please stick around for Paul and Caitlin. They're going to be doing motion graphics and stage graphics up next. It's amazing. She rocked it yesterday, and she's going to do it again today.
Logo animation was super
Dude.
sick, so I highly encourage you to join.
Stick around. We'll be here again tomorrow, same time, same place. See you soon.
See ya.